everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be an interesting one because I have asked Instagram for some questions. So me and Mark are going to be going through them. So we're on our way out, so cute outfit, very close to the camera. Oh, quick beverage, cheers.
Thank you, Linus.
Thank you, Linus. Name the show.
How to get around? No, How I Met Your Mother.
It was for them, not for you, but thank you, Linus. Yeah, so I wanted to just go through the questions that you guys wanted us to answer. And yeah, let's get to it. Okay, let's see what came through.
Well, that's a good question. I don't think we should probably be putting that on YouTube.
You know, when your friends get involved. Do my friends even watch my YouTube videos? Hi friends, if you do. But thank you for your support, quietly. See
Comment
you.
below if you do.
See you. My eyes are watering because it's bright. How did IVF affect your attitude towards your body? So, there's quite a lot of questions with regards to like IVF and like my weight loss journey. With regards to like my actual body, I had to lose the weight to be in the BMI to have IVF. So in that respect, I had to change my body for IVF. But I think this person's getting at like how your body changes like with the injections and like egg collection.
How did IVF affect the attitude?
I had to get in shape. I was in A shape, but I had to lose weight to be eligible for IVF, which I'm glad I did.
Maybe that's a person that's followed you during the process of trying to lose weight for it. So maybe that was what, I think that's maybe what it's linked to. Yeah,
I've always had a good relationship with my body. I've always felt confident in myself at any size. I've always dressed for my size. I've never felt... I've always been very confident in myself, haven't I?
Yeah, very.
I don't know whether that's because I've got Mark and, you know, I'm not trying to impress anyone as such, but I think I'm naturally quite a confident person, and I'm like secure in myself.
Yeah, I don't think that's like me or anything. I think that's just the way you are as a person. I think you...
Yeah, we could spend all day talking about this, but briefly, I'm glad I lost the weight because of IVF. And with regard to like going through stims and stuff, I just accepted any changes. So my weight did go up a little bit. I was very bloated throughout these stims. And after egg collection and stuff, hot water bottles were my friend. I had to just deal with it because I had to slow down my normal routine through stimming and stuff because of how long I stimmed for. Go back to my IVF journey video if you've not seen it already, so you can see how all that went. But yeah, my attitude towards my body didn't change. I would say throughout the entire time, like my attitude to the way I felt about my body didn't change.
Are we talking specifically during the process of IVF or the whole time?
Well,
I mean, both
it's all the same, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, it is all the same. You've been...
We're rambling. I feel like we're rambling.
Well, okay. I think the thing is, I think what you'll find is that you'll cover...
Yeah, so there's more questions to do with this subject, so hopefully the answer will come. But I might have to cut some of this down. We've spent 5 minutes on that question.
How long did you want this video to be?
Like 10 minutes.
Quick fire questions.
Okay, so I'm going through IVF too. I'm feeling anxious, it won't work. How do you cope with that? So, as before, I'm a very positive person. And I think that you probably struggle more with like feeling negatively towards it than I do.
Yeah, I think about every situation. Obviously, even when you try and like naturally or through IVF, you're not human if you don't think about the working. No, it working.
You don't want to think about it not working.
But the problem is when you think about it working is that you think about it for quite a while, and then you suddenly have that realization of, but what if it doesn't work? All them things that I've just been thinking about might not happen.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because we've always tried to think of both sides of the coin just in case. So you're kind of mentally prepared a little bit.
I think if you're going through it, you're fully aware of like the chances of it working.
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't kid yourself and think it's going to work 100%. There's no chance it's not going to work. But like I've said to you before, you've got to be. It's not so much it's going to work. It's like I back myself. I believe in myself that it's going to work. It's just about believing in yourself.
It's about putting positive vibes out, I think.
Yeah.
Manifesting, putting positive vibes out. You feeling good about yourself and you feeling positive about what you're doing.
Yeah.
You've got to back what you're doing. You don't want to make decisions that you're going to later regret because you go, oh God, but I had that. Whatever, oh, I used that plastic container for my lunch that one time, or you don't want to feel that way. So back what you're doing. I have only changed certain things, and it's very few, and I completely trust what I'm doing. And if it doesn't work, I'm not going to blame myself. I'm not going to be hung up on it. It's hard to not get too involved because you start thinking, oh, it could happen, this could be the due date, if we go on this trip on this date, we're going to be this many weeks pregnant, and although it's so lovely to think like that, you've got to just have in the back of your mind that it might not be working. So we might be going through IVF again, we might be having a break from IVF, or just keep all your options open. That's what I would say, and that's what helps us with our anxieties about it, is just being open but being positive, not as in like it's gonna work, there's no other option, just being open to all the options.
I think like even with IVF, no matter what protocol you go through, it's not in such a short space of time. There is still things that you can plan to do that are outside of it. So I think the best advice as well would be carry on living your life, like plan things to do, don't become 100% IVF. Don't let it consume you. You don't want to lose yourself to infertility and IVF because it's so easily done. You spend so much of your life doing this. We've been going through this for over 2 years now, like infertility itself, and it's hard, and at the beginning it does consume you until you go to yourself, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I am going to take back the reins of my life and I'm going to carry on living while I am here. I'm living my life. You know, having a baby's like another line, but you can still be living your life simultaneously to like trying to get this goal too. So don't let it consume you, and think positive vibes for sure. Always message me though if you feel like any kind of way and you want any advice or whatever. I'm always open to a chat. I always get back to everybody on Instagram, so please DM me if you feel any kind of way. Do you think if it hadn't have been for IVF reasons, you would have ended up on the same fitness journey? We briefly spoke about this earlier, didn't we? Yeah, well I stopped because I didn't want to talk about it.
Because save the answers for later. Basically, I've always been interested in fitness and I've always been on diets and trying to lose weight and blah, 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 you know, all those things. So I think I would have still had an interest in it, but I don't think I would have been as successful as I have been.
Yeah, I suppose it is. It's just lose
weight.
I've
done everything.
Yeah, you've tried all the different things and none of them worked because it's about like mental attitude, and I think that shifted when you've got a physical, tangible target to work towards, then I think it's easier. I remember saying to you, didn't I, about like you were trying to lose weight for the wedding, and I always say you could still get married. There wasn't like a requirement that you had to be a certain weight to get married.
So yeah, when I was trying to lose weight before the wedding, I did all right. I lost about a stone. It wasn't nothing major, but at the end of the day, my dress fit me. I could walk down that aisle at any weight. It did not matter. It wasn't like you may not enter the wedding aisle if you weigh da 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 da.
Yeah.
Whereas this is, the gates of IVF won't let you in unless you're in the brackets.
Yeah.
That's too much Vikings, that isn't it?
A little bit.
Let me in! Yeah, when watching Vikings lately, it's very good.
It's very good.
I think you need a click.
Yeah.
You need something to click in your head for you to go, Oh my God, that's changed my life. I am focused as hell now.
What I would say though is that even before you'd lost the target weight that you had to lose, you'd got to the point where I think if you do something often enough and it becomes part of your life, I honestly believe that you start to enjoy what you're doing. Like, not anything, but specifically going to the gym and working out. Like,
okay, so when did we have that appointment? It was my birthday. So 28th of November 2018, we had the appointment where they said, right, you might need to have IVF. To have IVF, your BMI needs to be under 30, and we'll see you in April. I have all these tests done, and then we'll regroup in April, and we will see how you go. So the day after my birthday, we flew to Lanzarote for a holiday. And while we were on holiday, we discussed me going back training with Lewis, who's my PT now. I'll put his info in the description box below. And as soon as I got back from Lanzarote, I started training with Lewis in the December of 2018. So when I was training with him then, I was kind of like, meh. He was like, how's your week been? Have you been to the gym? I'd be like, no, not bothered. My diet's been probably bang average. I've not been training.
It's the run up to Christmas as well.
Yeah, we'd been to Agadir as well after that. Yeah. We had a bit of a mad holiday period because we've got Jack's Flight Club and they'll come up for like 30 quid. So we were like, yes, please. Anyway, so basically in the new year, I was like, right, new year, new me. That bullshit thing that everybody does. But in my head it clicked, and I remember going back to Lewis and being like, remember before Christmas I just couldn't, you know, I wasn't focused, this, that and the other, and I just started to see results after results after results after results. Did dry January, and it just all clicked for me. Everything clicked into place, and then I lost 2.5 stone. Yeah,
straight away. But what I would say is that for anyone that's trying to like get involved, is that
there's another question about that.
Okay, well I'll probably digress into that a little bit, but it did click into place mentally, but like there were moments where you can't start a journey and be perfect straight away. You won't have the perfect gym routine, you won't have the perfect diet. It became like something that you learn along the way, like stripping back carbs for yourself because of PCOS. These are things that you learn on the way. I think just getting started with anything, even if it's just walking, I think that was a big
thing. You don't have to start with you don't have to throw yourself in 100%. As in not 100%, you don't have to start at the deep end.
You've got to start somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere, and like walking and just making small like changes to your diet and things like that are massive. What was the original question?
Would you have been on this fitness journey if it wasn't for IVF? Basically?
Yeah, the answer to that question is no, and that would be the short answer to the question.
Our table's in 45 minutes.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think you wouldn't. Let's leave it at that. I don't think you would be on the same journey.
We could have just gone, no. But I think it's good that you know, I know you all want the information. When you started at the gym with weights, how many times a week were you there? So, I've been dabbling in weight training for many years.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So right back when, if I'd never trained before, 2 to 3 times a week is plenty.
Yeah.
If you've never ever trained before.
Yeah. 100%.
And I would watch videos, I would ask PTs in the gym, I would ask people that you know that train for their advice, because technique is everything. You don't want to get injured. But at the start of January last year, when I started to lose weight, I did a lot of classes. So I was doing a class probably every day of the week to get the weight off, because I was under a time limit. I got PCOS. I know how hard it is for me to lose weight. So I had to try really, really hard to lose weight. But weight-wise, I probably lift now 5 times a week. And that works for me because I've been training for a long time. My body's conditioned to it. And I very rarely hurt. So when you first start, you will ache. So just roll with it. That's normal. But don't overdo it, because you will injure yourself. Yeah?
Yeah, 100%, definitely. Don't go in at the deep end like we said before.
And did you dramatically change your diet, or did you start making better choices? So MyFitnessPal, when you're trying to be better, is everything. You want to be tracking what you eat. Me and Mark have both got different goals. We both use MyFitnessPal.
Yes, I use it as well. I've only
it's
started.
So good. Like,
I've been using it on and off for a few years, but I've only really started using it recently, properly. And I think it's hard that, like, so I eat 3 times as much as Nick eats.
Yeah, so my calorie intake is quite low because I'm just trying to get a bit more of a boost on my weight loss, my fat loss before my transfer. And Mark is building up. He's got a completely different body shape to me, a different metabolism to me. So he eats yeah, we worked it out, didn't we? It was like 3 times more than me a day.
It's not
calorie
far
wise,
off, yeah.
But I just ate like 100, 200 calories more a day, I'd gain weight. I'm in like a really fine line deficit.
What I will say as well, a lot of people think that people that count calories, it's like, oh my God, you're overly obsessed and stuff like that. It isn't.
It's just to monitor yourself.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like being obsessive. I think it's like really good for getting an understanding of food.
Definitely.
If you haven't read much on like food in general and like their nutrition content, it spells it out for you there because it just shows you what you eat. Do you know what? I'd recommend people that are just starting as well, being honest and just tracking for a week.
Just track what you have.
Exactly what you have. Don't have any guilt. Just eat what you want and just see what you're eating, and then you'll understand.
So if you're trying to lose weight, like me, you need to start by understanding what you're having now and seeing how your weight goes. So I'm a weekly weigher, so I weigh in every week. It's just what I do, just to keep a monitor on my life. I luckily have never struggled with any like eating disorders or anything like that, so I can step on a scale every week and not feel any kind of way about it. I don't get obsessed, I don't get, oh, I need to check it every day, or I don't get the need to starve myself or overeat or purge or anything. So I'm very lucky in that respect. So weekly weigh-ins work for me. You can't, you've got to do what works for you, and that's what I tell you on my Instagram. I'm never going to force you to come to my YouTube. Please subscribe. Do if it works for you.
That voice. Subscribe.
Weekly weigh-ins work for me. So if you weigh yourself weekly, or however you track yourself, if you feel you're not changing in any way, track what you're eating. Is a barcode scanner, scan everything you eat. Everything, even that biscuit, even that piece of cake, even that drink, if you have a few drinks at the weekend, scan your wine bottle, beep, and just see where you're at. If you find out you're eating 1800 calories and you're staying the same every week, drop to 1700 a day and see how it works. It's a slow process. You don't have to. It took me about a month to figure out my calories of where I needed to be. It was just a trial and error thing, because you don't need to throw yourself in straight away and go, oh, I only can eat 1,000 calories a day.
Yeah, I mean, it also sounds
it's going to be boring as hell for you, and you're going to hate it.
But
so don't do that to yourself.
It sounds like a lot of effort, but like nothing good ever came easy. So you've got to make the effort to just try it. I think it's the only way you're ever going to really know what your intake is.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of people are like in denial. So like I said, track that biscuit, that little handful of whatever you're having. Just be honest with yourself. If you really want to do it, this is what I was saying before about it clicking. If you really want to do it, you'll do it. Yeah. Just track it. It isn't going to hurt. If you just want to, just out of interest, if you want to just see what you're eating, do it. MyFitnessPal is free.
It's a real good job that we haven't had like hundreds of questions, because we've answered 3 in 20 minutes.
I know. Okay, last one, and then a couple of quick fire ones.
Okay.
So, can you still drink on IVF? Is it better not to?
You definitely spilled some there.
Well, okay, it's personal preference. That's what they say. I did not stop drinking.
I just drank every day.
Through stimming. They basically say, if you drink, carry on drinking, because it's only going to put stress on your body if you stress about stopping drinking or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, you know what, I think...
So I stimmed through my birthday. So I had we had drinks the first day we started, because we went out and we were like, yeah, we're gonna go for dinner and celebrate that we've started IVF.
Standard way to celebrate.
Standard. And then my birthday, I drank on my birthday night out, because it wasn't like, I definitely drank less, but I still had a drink. And I think you've got to do what makes you happy, because this process is about you being in a positive mental space and a positive, you're putting out positive vibes. Because if you're stressed, if you're sad about, I can't have a drink or blah, blah, whatever, it's not going to be any good for your body. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, on the flip side, just for balance, if being like restricted and like determined, like not drinking, you know,
works for you.
If it works for you, that's perfect.
If that makes you feel like I am in control, I'm a boss bitch, I have got this IVF in the bag, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Do what works for you.
Exactly.
You have to do what there's no set rules. There's no rules in life to anything. Oh, philosophical.
Indeed.
But there's no rules to anything. Like, people will go, oh, be plastic free, be coffee free, be alcohol free, be blah, 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 blah. Don't eat whatever. At the end of the day, it's your choice, it's your body.
It's what you can live with if it doesn't work.
Exactly what I said before. So if you do whatever and it's gonna make you feel, oh my God, I so regret doing that, if it doesn't work, don't do it. Or do it if it's the other way around. You know, you can't beat yourself up for something that you did, because it's like, you've got to have a life at the end of the day.
Yeah, you can't be,
you know, half of the fertile people out there, hi fertile people,
they do exist, they're not like
they drink until like 6 weeks pregnant, they don't even know it's happening. Like, don't worry about it, don't over stress. And I know that we have more to stress about, but try not to, because it's not going to help you at the end of the day. Do you have any more to say on that?
No, I think just being chill is as
chill,
much as you
guys.
can.
Right, last ones. Top 5 sweets. Because that's really hard.
Sweets, we're talking about.
I'm not a sweets person.
I'll take over here. I mean, to be honest with you, the most of Haribo Star Mix will just get into that top 5.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
love it.
like Straubs was my favourite when I was at school.
They're shit. They are shit.
Haribo Straubs. I like strawberry laces.
Yeah, strawberry laces are good.
I like those dolphin ones.
I mean, you can't beat mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
But they don't sell them anymore. They don't
the
sell
Haribo
the real
ones. The real. No, Chewits.
Well,
They were Chewits, yeah. I bought a big box for them once, remember?
I did for was it my birthday or was
No,
it just a surprise?
I think it was just for fun.
Snakes, you know.
Snakes. I like the fizzy cherries.
Yeah, you like a
or lips.
Sour. Anyway, we haven't done a top 5 there.
Sorry. That's all the sweets. What about Dolly Mixture? How do you feel about that?
No.
And we're not licorice fans either. So. Favourite card game?
Oh, no one's gonna know it because it's a family game. It's called Trumps. Yeah, it's just.
What did I used to call that? We used
to call it whist.
Whist, yeah. Maybe. Does
If
anyone know that?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Mine involves like trump cards, but also writing down with scores and stuff like that.
Yeah, your dad loves a score game.
Nominating things. It's my favourite game, but it's probably not for everyone.
Yeah,
Failing
I think
that,
I like poker, like Bastard. Or
okay.
Shithead.
Yeah, I
call it different things.
Okay, yeah, that's a good game.
Because I'm good at it.
Yeah.
Favourite hair colour you've had, Nick, and Mark, what was your favourite hair colour that Nick had? So I think mine was the peach with the blue and the green. And, or the one where it was loads of multicoloured, and like, remember when we went to Corfu and I had it then and it was like, just, oh, I loved that one so much. I'm just a boring bastard now, look at me.
You know what?
Oh, don't say the same too.
No, I was going to say.
Remember the peacock one?
My favourite is when you're blonde. It is. Sorry. Well,
I paid all that money to have my hair done like mad colours for years.
The other favourite, the other favourite though was just for comedic value, was when you had claret and blue hair and everyone was like, oh, you got that because you're a Villa fan, and you were like,
you're a Villa fan. But call me bitch.
Yeah, that was just.
Not that I'm not a Villa fan. I'm just not I'm a football fan.
Footy gal.
Footy gal. I don't have a team though. Favourite pair of socks. Do you have a favourite pair of socks? Is this a normal thing? I don't. I like fluffy socks. Or little trainer socks. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Flexibility.
So you like sports socks?
Sports socks.
Sports. Yeah. Okay, so those are the end of the questions.
Right, are we done?
That is it. Half an hour later, we should go and phone a taxi. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you being here and watching our video. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you are aware of the next video that comes out next week. I'm going to start posting twice a week. So make sure you're around for that. So that's going to be little anecdotes about my life. That one time in Nick's life. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace, bitches.